Five, four, three, two, one. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the LB Hour. How are you today, Brian?
Good. Apparently, this meeting is being recorded.
This is being recorded, and well, from here, there, and everywhere, out to every place in the United States and the world beyond, we bring you the LB Hour, which is affectionately known as the Pound Hour.
The
It's
pound hour.
been a couple days.
Oh,
I had to
yeah.
go, I had to travel down south to the higher temperatures for a moment, and then I come back and have a nice cold. A serious got a cold coming on the plane. It was like
Oh, man.
there was so much air pressure and just cold air. I swear people in the plane were like, running their noses and stuff. I wasn't the only one. And also, I got done. I can't speak now. So I picked up a summer. I used to pick up summer colds all the time. Matter of fact, almost every summer. So this is the first summer that I've had it for a couple of years. But it's like, whoa, I can't believe I have a voice. So if you can hear me, it's
Yeah.
probably not good. But you know, anyway, how have you been?
Good. It's Friday. What is it? Friday, or not Friday. It's Wednesday, June 2nd. We're already into June.
I know it's crazy.
So, were people wearing masks on the plane?
Yes, on the plane, everyone wore a mask. It's mandatory, and I think the reason why, like in the plane, why it was so cold, is because they had such strong HEPA filters,
Yeah.
and stuff, trying to make sure that nobody catches corona. It's like a constant. It's like air conditioning on the blast on the full at all time. You know, you couldn't get away from it. So and then I also slept the bedroom I had a fan. Also, in all the houses in Arizona, it appears that there's a fan in every room, or air conditioner. So it's on me at all times. So I'm not used to that. My body takes a moment to get used to it.
So, did you go
But
camping? You went
I did.
camping?
I went glamping. I went and stayed. Actually, funny you say that. Here, hang on for 1 second. Do I have like abilities to share?
I believe so.
Okay, well, if so, I'll show you. Let me see here. Uh, dang it. That's something else. But right here, we have where the hell of it is my. Huh. I had I had this on here. Now it's not let me do it. But I had Pine Top where I went camping at. It's a pretty amazing place. It's like the only place in Arizona there's actual trees, and
Wow.
it's very beautiful. It's kind of one of the high end places, but it's just a good place to go camping and swimming and fishing. We were actually on an Indian reservation. Pine Top is at an Indian reservation up in the middle of about 4 hours north of or 3 hours north of Phoenix. So, and if I
Three
had known,
hours north of Phoenix?
yeah, had I known that I had to try drive that long, I probably wouldn't have gone because I'm like, nah, no big deal. But at least now I did it, and we got and I played horseshoes, I played bowling, I mean, we've done so much stuff last week that I haven't even done in so long. It was just weird because down there, they're like, eh, it's really simple. There's no political agenda for it. There's like, if we want you to wear a mask, if you're not vaccinated, if you are, I mean, nobody's telling you to, nobody's gonna tell on you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Nobody's checking you.
Yeah, nobody's checking you, but it's like they they ask you if you're not vaccinated to wear a mask, for your own benefit, really, you know. And they kind of like so. A lot of places don't wear masks. A lot of places it's a half and half thing, kind of pretty much,
Yeah, it's kind of that way here. It seems like there's not even half are wearing masks. I don't think. I was at Lowe's though, and there were quite a few.
Mhm. Um, I think it's just if you're not vaccinated by now, guess what? It's kind of on your own fault.
Yeah,
So,
they're available. They were even some states were paying people.
oh yep, I heard that. Give you a donut if you get a shot, or $100 or whatever. Yeah.
Also, there were places paying like college tuition.
Well, that's you could win a tuition, I think.
Yeah,
But still, heck, that'd be good. But I
yeah,
would do that. I'd go get another one if I pay for my son and daughter's college.
heck yeah.
But no, but it was It was a fun trip, and I think that I'm not sure what their corona numbers are. I have to find out. But either way, it was just weird to watch somebody eating nachos and then the bowling ball and then a piece of pizza and with their fingers and then put them back in the bowling ball. And that's kind of a mindset you just don't get
Yeah,
out
that
of.
I didn't like that even before COVID.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they had hand sanitizer right there, but still, it was like,
Yeah.
and I said, I bet you that hand sanitizer pretty much kills everything, but still, it's just weird to watch somebody do that,
Oh
and,
yeah.
but
It
I don't have
always
my own.
has been for me. It's always been that way for me. I'd rather have my own bowling ball.
Yeah, I would too, but I had my own bowling ball with my name Lonnie on it, but I don't know where it went. It
Oh
went to one
really?
of my, yeah, it was my dad's back in the day. He was really good, and I'm not sure where it went, but I'd like to have it now. That's for sure. I mean, his name's Lonnie, that's why. But I got to use it during high school and stuff, and as a bowler jack, you know.
Ah, oh cool.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of incentives, West Virginia is organizing a gun giveaway for people that get their vaccines.
Oh, snap! That's how you do it right there.
Yeah,
You
just find what that state likes.
well, I think the people in general. You do a guns here, they'll come out of the Trumpers will come out of the woodworks and make their
Yeah.
vaccines. Oh, a free mod.
Well, even free hunting and fishing for life. That would be a big one.
Well, yeah, that'd
No
be
more
huge,
license fees. That would be cool because they would feel like they have more freedom
right?
while
That'd be
while
great.
giving up freedom.
Yeah, no, that'd be. I think that's a good one.
This segment is brought to you by Axe Hair Ointment
I
or
said,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, you were looking for that one day. I found it.
I dropped my axe. There you go. Axe is not a bad idea. I didn't do my hair today at all. Unfortunately, I still have that cold. What do you got? You gonna do makeup? You gonna do makeup for us? What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, if you ever get a little shine on the nose, just do that. It's very easy.
I'm sure I have
A
a
lot of
shot.
people are asking about why we don't wear makeup, so I said I'll wear a little bit.
Well, that's absolutely beautiful, Brian. Good job. You look great.
Yeah. Well, that Friday Night Live, a lot of people actually watch it. So
Yeah, actually, people do see it.
sometimes
Uh,
thousands.
yep. And right now, the last one was only probably 1,500, I think, but I can promote it a little more.
Yeah.
It just depends on how we do it and
You could
how much I
still
want to.
promote. You could still promote the ones you really like. You could
Oh
still
yeah.
bring
Well,
those
we need to
back.
put together. We need to put together a best
Yeah.
of so far. That'd be
Yeah.
good. That'd be great. Yeah. As a matter of fact, this Friday we have who all do we have on? It'd be like possibility of 3 different singers, I think, or 3
Yeah,
other
we have
acts.
two guys named John and Dave, and then we have a poet apparently, and then maybe another singer. So that'd be three acts. We can pull that off.
You have 2 guys named John and Dave.
John and Dave, yeah, and Dave needs a tube amplifier, which I have, but it doesn't have reverb. The guy's been getting a hold of me, trying to get everything together. They won't bring much equipment, so that's good.
Okay.
Looking forward to a little variety. We got a poet on there. I might have to sing a
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, for sure. I think any type of diversity is fantastic. Not diversity in particular, but it's just the variety is great.
Yeah. Well, I discovered one of the great variety guys, Jerry Lewis. He had his son on a show. He was on Hullabaloo with his son. He did a bunch of shows. His son was a top music artist, Gary Lewis and the Playboys. They had 7 top 10 hits in a row. And
Gary Lewis.
he was more, I believe Gary Lewis was as talented as Jerry, maybe more. And
Really?
then I saw one with Jerry Lewis's father, Danny Lewis, and he was a legitimate singer.
Well,
It's pretty cool, the whole 3 generations.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Jerry Lewis fan, so I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
whole thing is if you're gonna get the ability to put that spotlight on you for a moment, or if you can get the camera in front of you for a moment, keep them going with the camera, but don't make the money for yourself. Make it for a good cause, like the MS, multiple sclerosis, which he raised billions of dollars.
Yeah.
for it. That one man himself did all that with all his friends. And so that's why in particular, I'm known for helping out others, but what I'm known for really is I think getting others involved and helping good causes because of that. Getting others involved is the biggest thing. I couldn't do it alone, no way. But everybody likes to have fun. And everybody likes to help. They just
Oh
don't know
yeah.
how. They just don't know how. So you have to kind of guide them and say, listen, if you're interested in kids, then help the Kiwanis because the Kiwanis is all
Yeah.
scholarships, the LCP or whatever group it is that I'm involved in at the time.
Yeah.
But
Maybe this fall or something, do a show where it's different
do a fundraiser.
different local charities, yeah, like the Kiwanis and
Yeah, that'd be great. We could do a
Kelso
fundraiser.
Lions. Yeah, or whoever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good. A little fundraiser, it'd be fun. All the money goes directly to the
The cause.
organization
Yeah.
too. We don't have to manage any of the money. I love that.
No, it'd be great. It'd be great. I'd like to do one for the Dino Doozer Foundation, obviously.
Yeah.
And a
They
couple
can
other ones.
pay on people can pay on Facebook as they're watching and ding it up,
Yeah.
Bing.
Yeah. The biggest problem, of course, is now that people are home, it's like watching a movie at your house. Great. You want to watch a movie at your house, you can go right on to Netflix and watch that good movie that you could have saw in the theater. Now, the difference is that in the theater, it comes on at 7:15 and everybody sits down and everybody focuses on the movie at that one time. And when you watch it at home, some people find it a blessing, but some others, they get up, they stop it, pause it, they get up,
Yeah.
and 3 hours later they get back to it, which is great. But when you're having a live show, you really can't do that, So
Well, yeah, there's usually just a small group of people that like to interact anyway, so they're going to pay attention. You don't need a lot of people. I don't want to be overrun with comments, but if you have a few, I just donated 50 to the Kiwanis and we're like, hey, way to
sure.
go, Sally, that kind of stuff. Then we could
Hmm.
do the tally board and all that.
Yeah, that'd be the
Big check. You got to do a big check at some point.
well, so I guess Luann, by the way, is on for Friday, so
Well, good.
that's good. Yep. Yeah, she says the weather's supposed to be better on Saturday, but I'm like, it's not really inside. It's not inside, so no big deal. It doesn't matter. I mean, it is inside, so
Well, it'll be warm enough. That'll be cool. I don't want it too hot anyway. We'll end up with a heat problem because it was always too cold.
it was. Well, you know what? People send us air conditioning money. We will buy, put an air conditioner in his garage there and
Yeah.
get, make it livable. That'd be kind of funny if we asked for that. But speaking of asking for things, I have questions to ask you. My
Yeah.
voice is gone. So I lost that yesterday when I came back with the plane. It was like all of a sudden it just started getting real rough, but I was,
Yeah.
which I started singing some Johnny Cash, which was kind of cool
Oh,
at the
nice.
time. I hear the train coming. It was like all of a sudden, boom, heard that
You might
voice.
have to sing a little on Friday, just a couple bars. If you got the voice, you got to use it.
Right. That's right. I hear the train coming. But I do have questions for you. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to find these things. I had them just a moment ago. And then, of course, where am I at? Oh, I had something good on here. What's that? Oh, actually, these aren't bad. These are good for you. Actually, this one's I've got multiples, of course, because I'm the billion question guy. But Brian Calhoun, for you,
Yes.
if there was what fictitious place would you like to go to? Would you most like to go to? Yeah.
Oh, I think Willoughby from Twilight Zone. That was the dream town where the stressed out businessman wanted to go. It
Oh,
was
really?
like set in the 1800s, and they had the ice cream vendors around, and it was a beautiful place. They had those striped shirts with those straw hats, and it was like they're eating ice cream and enjoying life. It was the simple life, supposedly.
Well, I'll bet that sounds pretty cool.
It's a
Yeah.
great episode too. The guy dreams of Willoughby, and then he finally gets off the train and goes to Willoughby.
Huh. There's a couple in particular, but I think I would like to go to. But I think Springfield, the Simpsons, isn't it Springfield?
Oh.
just because everything's in the cartoon world. I've played the game before where you're like driving
Oh
around.
yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's a good one. But yeah, as far as a kind of a real set type of thing, I think I would like to go to like Mayberry.
Oh yeah.
Where everybody knows your name, just kind of like, just to relax for a vacation there. That'd be great. You know. But anyways, that was one of the questions. And then let's see
Oh, I'd
here.
like to go to Welcome Back, Cotter. To believe it or not, I'd like to go wherever the hell they are.
I think it's Chicago. No,
Might be
New
New
Jersey.
York, but it's fiction. It's a fictional
Yeah.
world. That's more of a fictional world. I'd like to
Yeah.
check out some time with those guys.
hmm Oh yeah, Happy Days area. That whole little, the Fonz. That'd be kind of cool to go back there.
Yeah, there's
But
always Port Charles from General Hospital where Luke and Laura lived.
yeah, I don't.
I would like to hang out there.
I did watch the show as a young child because I was forced to it, but I don't really know much about it other than Luke and Laura and Bo and Luke Duke. No, that's something else. Bo and Hope from
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. Yeah, and yeah, those are interesting shows. I mean, they hook the world onto somebody else's life, and it's like, but then again, the world is hooked onto baseball the same way
Well,
or
it's
basketball.
worse. It's worse now. They're hooked on politics. So
Yeah,
I'd rather go back to the soap opera days.
right. Well, yeah, it almost is soap opera if you want.
Yeah, people getting worked up about everything. It was a
Now,
great escape, but a lot of people hated it. My mom hated soap operas, didn't want me watching them.
yeah. Well, I understand that.
Yeah, but
It was a waste of time, supposedly, but
well, it saved my not my life, but it saved my butt one time.
yeah.
Soap operas. I was actually in the Longview police station. They brought me in on some weird charge of a burglary that had nothing to do with. Supposedly I had eyewitnesses and the whole deal. They grilled me for over an hour, and I said, well, I was at home watching soap operas, but my mom wasn't very happy about it. And they called her and said, where was he between noon and 3 yesterday? And she got upset and said, he was sitting at home watching soap operas. And they go, you can go now. And I got out. So,
What did Bo and Luke do? They start questioning things like, how do you know what happened yesterday on
oh, yeah.
General
Well,
Hospital?
I knew a lot about it, but it was good. The soap opera saved me.
No, that's funny. That's actually a good one. But so what pets did you have growing up? Speaking about when you were a kid, did you have any pets as a child?
Oh, yeah. I had cats and dogs. Several dogs, but had some pretty cool cats too. I had a cat named James that we thought he had distemper, and my dad told my brother to go shoot it. And he went and shot it and hit it in the ear.
Huh.
Didn't kill it. Got away. Came back 2 days later and had no distemper. So it did have a hole in the ear, though. It had a little hole in the ear.
His temper went away, huh?
Yeah, he got out of there.
Yeah, I'm sure he changed his attitude pretty quick. No more distemper for you.
Yeah, my brother was kind though. He didn't want to shoot it, so he lifted the gun kind and got him in the ear.
What kind of dog was it?
What?
What kind of a dog was it?
It was a cat.
It was a
James.
cat? Oh.
Yeah, he was a survivor.
Yeah, I'd agree. And for him to come back, you're like, hey, Dave, I'll do it again. Yeah, it's horrible. But I'm glad he came back because, and then I'm not having distemper. What the heck happened there? That's crazy.
I said, James is hurting bad. I think he got hit by a car. My dad said it's distemper. Bill, go take care of it. I'm like, this is not right. This is bad diagnosis. This is terrible. But Bill, I heard the gunshot, and Bill came back and he said, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I missed. And it turned out he got him in the ear and he had a hole in the ear.
Oh gosh.
It was a happy day. And then he returned 2 days later, came into my room, the cat. And I was like, there you go.
Wow, that's kind of
deep
cool.
respect for, yeah, you have deep respect for that cat. He came right back like they're not going to do it again.
Well, the old yeller, all that old stuff back in the day that stuff happens. You have to take care of your own sometimes. Very sad. But by the way, folks, if you have not ever heard of or seen Old Yeller, You must watch it. It's just an old classic about life and the way things work, and especially back in the day, they didn't have you make a phone call and the vet will come out to your house and take care of your dog for you. You just had to do everything yourself. You basically put away your best friend.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that cat was like my best friend. It was pretty cool when it came back though. Like overjoyed. My little sister was crying for like an hour about it, just tears of joy. She couldn't believe she thought for sure she was already planning a funeral and all that.
Yeah.
She
And
didn't
then
know.
what?
She didn't know what had happened. She heard the gunshot and went into kind of shock.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, Old Yeller can only be redone by somebody of a twisted mind like Stephen King, and he did that with Cujo. And oh my gosh, he took Old Yeller and said, no, let's make the dog a lot bigger and a lot more scary. And with that, because they both had rabies, I think if I remember correctly, right? They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Old Yeller had rabies too. Yeah, but and set the dog free on the farm. That was a brutal
Yeah.
movie. Cujo scared the death out of me. I never wanted to be out in the. That's why you get that fear from going out and finding somebody's out in the woods and finding somebody's or in the farmland, whatever, finding somebody's property and their dogs are just, they might have rabies and they're ready to kill you any moment. That was he did good on certain things, and definitely Cujo was one of them.
Well, Cujo is the book he doesn't even remember writing. He was so hopped up on cocaine and booze. Doesn't even.
That's what he gave for. I bet you anything.
He said he saw something about it like an advertisement. I wrote that. He didn't even know.
That's crazy. Well, the drugs can do for you, apparently.
Yeah, he'd become a machine by then. He could write no matter what.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
funny though. That'd be weird to see your book on the bookshelves and not know you wrote it.
Brian, are you usually early or late?
I think I'm usually on time. I try to get there 2 minutes early.
Good. Yeah.
I want to
Oddly enough,
right at the time. If it's 6 o'clock, I want to walk in right at 5:59 as it turns to 6.
okay. Yeah.
It's hard though. That's really hard.
I think you usually there pretty much a little early, a couple minutes early. That's good. I mean, I have a tendency to be a lot of things late for it, and a lot of times it depends on what it is. If it's a movie, it's weird. If it's a movie, I have to be there on early. Make sure that I'm there on time to watch the previews and stuff. If it's anything else, I might use a couple minutes late. So, if it's a meeting, I'm often a couple minutes late. For the last year or two, though, I've been doing really good, and I'd get there early for meetings because I don't have an excuse. Normally I'm going from one meeting to another. I was one meeting to meeting to meeting, and so now I don't have any excuses. I have to get there a little early to make up for my time that I was late. Another one. Oh, by the way, these questions come from anyflip.com, which is weird.
Anyflip.
Yeah, anyflip.com. And so, what game or movie universe would you most likely live in? Which we said a minute ago was something else, but
but more of a unit. That was a place, just a place.
Okay, so universe, yeah.
Oh,
I know where I want. I would like to go. I'd like to live in Bizarro World. Remember Bizarro World?
Oh, and Jerry.
No, Bizarro World was Superman's opposite. Everything was like opposite of what.
Yeah, they did that in Seinfeld too. Bizarro World, where they
did they?
Yeah,
I have to watch that episode. I don't recall that one. That's funny.
I'd like to spend. I don't want to live in any other place, but I'd like to visit the Seinfeld universe.
Why? What's up with that?
Well, I'd like to talk about incredibly meaningless things, and they can take it down to a certain level.
Okay, I commend you. Then I like to. Yeah, I agree. Useless chit chat. That'd be the perfect place to be.
Yeah. Well, and then the co-creator Larry David in his show Curb Your Enthusiasm, he takes that to the next level of talking about inane things. He had a guy. He wanted the guy to explain the look that the cook gave when he told him he wanted to change his order. So he made the guy do it like 15 times. Try the look. What look did he give? Yeah, it was beyond Seinfeld.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
sitcoms have limitations. You know, they only have a half hour to get like in that
Right.
4
Yeah.
stories done.
Yeah. They work for it for a week and then they edit it down to half an hour. And then some of these things, I watched the new Friends reunion. Um, I watched most of it, and it was pretty damn good, honestly. The Friends reunion, and I did not know that most of the Friends thing was all filmed before a studio audience. I thought most of that stuff was gone by the wayside nowadays, but they had a studio audience right in front of them almost the whole time. That was cool.
Yeah. So
That's
did
good acting.
Seinfeld.
That's good acting.
Yeah. Seinfeld had that too. And Jerry was the warm up act. Usually you'd have a up and coming comedian be the warm up act, but Jerry warmed up the crowd.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty cool to get a big time comedian warming up the crowd.
Well, it's his show. So, yeah,
Well, usually it's like some guy, up and coming comedian.
Yeah, but Jerry, he's honing his craft the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he knows. He knows what he's doing. He's just like, if I have the opportunity to have me in front of somebody, I'm going to take it,
Yeah.
But now, as far as music goes, not TV, but as far as music goes, what songs do you have completely memorized? Do you know?
Well, I think I had a lot of them. I think I have Sister Golden Hair by America. I've almost got Killing Me Softly with her song by Sinatra. I found out Sinatra does that song. Got
Killing
that
Me
pretty
Softly.
much
Yeah,
been listening to that a lot. It's pretty cool how he phrases it and stuff. It's a really hard song to sing. I've been working on that.
Yeah.
So I almost have that memorized.
I'm thinking you probably have every every Purple Rain. You have that Purple Rain memorized.
Yeah. A lot of Springsteen, a lot of his songs.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Johnny Cash and Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
At one time I had the whole Rat Pack collection of every song about in my head, ready to go with the words. I lost a lot of that stuff when I had my stroke, actually.
Yeah.
But I used to have it all memorized just to the T, and I think that stuff, and then also a lot of rap from my 8th grade, 9th grade, whatever it was. NWA is horrible as it is. There's a one song called trying to think here. I don't know. It's just all I can talk about, but it's bad songs.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how that works. The more disgusting songs are, the more they stick in your head.
Yeah. Well, I was working on a Sinatra medley. I thought I could do a bit. You could do a bit. That song "Killing Me Softly" is really slow, and then he has that song "Gonna Live Till I Die." That's got some "Gonna Live." Boom, boom.
That's a great song.
Those horns, those guys back then, they responded to the horns in the songs. It was pretty.
Yeah, I'd like to have some horns play for us, actually.
Yeah.
We have a couple people who do horns. I know. I need it.
Oh, geez, we have so many musicians in this community. Think about the high schools with all their great orchestras and bands, and then those guys grow up. There's so many people that play different instruments.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I know you traveled a little bit throughout your days. As far as music goes, did you just watch a lot of music shows and stuff when you're like in Europe or Ireland or anything like that?
No music. We did sing in the Irish bars. I did that. I was asked not to sing anymore. Apparently I have this tone that brings everybody off tune. So they said, we'll buy a free beer, but we can't let you sing the song with us. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And so they gave me a pitcher of beer. They said that this Irish guy said my tone was taking him down a different road. He couldn't go.
Well, if that's all it takes to get some free beer, you might as well sing it then.
Well, he said it wasn't a note, it was a sound, and they were very polite.
Well, it's like I used to go to Yan's. Yan's is a little restaurant here in Cowlitz County, folks. They used to do karaoke, and oddly enough, it's a little back room dive type of a bar, but they have some amazing food and some amazing karaoke singers. I mean, the best. It's like this little hole in the wall. Do you think it'd be fancy? No, not at all. And they get there, they start singing, and wow, it's like, I don't want to. I mean, people, you walk in and you go, I don't want to sing because these guys are so good.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, of course, you have a couple
I
of them.
went to Yans. I actually one time I sang some song and a bunch of people came up and were congratulating me. And the guy I was with, hanging out with, he was upset by all the attention. He knocked over the drink on the table and spilled it all over the table. You could tell
Well,
he didn't like the. I had a yeah, it was funny.
it sounds like he's not a very good person if he's doing that. But
Well, it's you just get people get thrown. Good
good
people,
morning, sunshine.
good people, good people.
Why are you wearing a mask, man? Yeah. Oh, my dog's wearing a mask because I sound like I've got a frog in my throat.
Oh wow, yeah, you're a
Yeah,
cautionary tale.
yeah, no, it's cautionary tale. I definitely understand that. I mean, be very wise for her to do that. So yeah, I need to
Yeah.
wear a mask myself, I guess, right now. Should be, I can't wear it at the time, but I will do that. Yeah, no, my head cold here or whatever I got going on,
So
just
what
temporarily
are you
from.
doing today? Got meetings? Or are you gonna rest
Oh,
up?
I do. I've got a couple things. Actually, I canceled one, so I'll have to look. I'll have to look. I'm going to. My son and I are going to go work on his car in a moment, and in
Oh,
a
cool.
little bit here, and get that going. And but other than that, I'm fine. I'll let you know what I'm
Yeah.
on. But
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
try to
done
get a
that
little
club.
work done on my roof outside while it's before it gets too hot because it's gonna by noon. I think it's gonna be pretty hot, is what I heard.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I'll turn on my sprinkler.
Yeah. What
But
is the weather report for today?
yeah, is it gonna be hot?
I don't know.
Nice, nice.
What did he say?
Well, what we need to do is actually have those damn blackberries that we killed so much. They're not
Right.
dead yet, so I need to go actually um, feed them some, give them the lead, shoot them in the head because they're just there's some sprouting out here, and instead of me taking a shovel to somebody else, I better take it to the actual uh, plants out there. Yeah.
Well,
But hey,
how's your
so
son doing health wise?
health wise, well, he is doing really good actually. He sounds spectacular. He's just let me rephrase that. He sounds like an asshole. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He said right here, but no, he's doing great. He is past his COVID times, right? Yeah, I think he was past that about three,
He's
4 days ago and got back to
oh
work.
he made it past 2 weeks. That's cool.
Yeah, he made it past his 2 weeks there, and actually, I think they give you 10 days. They say you need 10 days from the day that you have your the first time you start noticing your symptoms.
Yeah.
They give you 10 days.
You know, Bill Maher from Real Time with Bill Maher, the
Yeah,
comedian, he got it and he didn't even feel anything. He just got a weekly test for the show and he had to miss 2 shows. He wasn't happy about it, but he knew that's the rules. But yeah, he got
yeah,
vaccinated. He's 65 and he had no symptom.
yeah. No, I have one of the guys I was with up north, and when we're down in Arizona. This camp, and he goes, he had it too, and he said I worked the whole time. He goes, I didn't even realize I had it, but he is asymptomatic. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem is that people are asymptomatic and then they don't realize they're carriers. And
Yeah.
the problem with Bill Maher is he's probably asymptomatic for a lot of things. He's probably passed on a lot of diseases. So I might like him. He's funny, but my guess is I've seen him throughout the years. He used to be a regular at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, yeah.
He was like
Likes to party. He's a single
yeah,
man.
he is a single man. Yeah, he was a Hugh Hefner was a buddy of his. So yeah, it's like wow.
Well, they ask him how he could afford to just toss $1 million to Obama and put all this money into charities. He said because he doesn't have a wife and kids.
Right. Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
could do that. He's donated and he doesn't have a private jet and all that.
Yeah. Hey, back to my questions from Quick Load, where it was anyflip.com for you, Ryan.
Anyflip.com.
Anyflip.com. These questions are, basically, what state or country do you never want to go back to?
Huh. I really can't. Well, I can't really think of any I don't want to go back to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. I think there's a little
Yeah,
town probably a couple little towns I don't want to go back to, but thank you for doing that, by the way, Mary.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any place I don't really want to go back to. I mean, I'm not crazy about Idaho, but I have nothing against it.
Yeah, no, Idaho is actually very, very pretty. Where my
Yeah.
daughter goes to school there, of course, and it's like it's gorgeous over there. It's very, I mean, it's actually the number one place to move into United States right now. So it's kind of, it's up and running, up and rising
Yeah.
quite nicely. It's but it's 4 hours from everywhere. That's the problem over there. It's just kind of like, you know, they're on their own, but it's kind of a little metropolitan area in a little tiny little suburb, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so as far as if you had unlimited funds to build a house that you live in for the rest of your life, what would the finished house look like? Be like?
Well, I think it'd be sprawled out pretty good. It might be a single story. I don't know. Might have a castle in it too. I might be like a movie set, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want, and I like to have special effects and different things. They have to have a theater.
Yep.
Probably no bowling alley though.
Probably no bowling alley.
No, maybe a basketball court.
Well, yeah, that's cool. I would do if I was going to have one and I could add anything to it. I'd add a racquetball complex in it. We could play volleyball or uh, racquetball or tennis, I guess. And you could do bowling and do a bowling alley. That'd be spectacular. But I would also like to have a recording studio like yourself right there,
Yeah.
and just an area with a stage. Remember Kevin Hart had a in his house. Remember that?
Yeah, that was cool.
That was spectacular. That was super cool. That was and if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, basically the Kevin Hart did a special during this COVID where he was in his house with his kids, his wife, and he turned around and walked through the house with his mask on. He said, I hate having to wear masks in public, but I think he walked into his personal room. It's their theater room in their house, and he had 50 guests watching,
Yeah.
and they were all vaccinated or whatever, and that's pretty cool. And
Yeah, I like that. That was a
he
good.
did his own personal stand-up. That was great.
Yeah, that was good. Good live show.
It was a very good live show. Yeah, I mean, considering nobody else has live shows there, and matter of fact, that may be where I got the idea, or we got the idea for our Friday Night Live, because it's like, shoot, you've got the ability to do it. I don't have the ability to speak right now, but if you have the ability to have a live entertainment venue and follow the directions for COVID, whatever the rules we have to jump by,
Yeah.
if we have to abide by certain rules, we can do that.
We were safe. We had no audience, so that
Yes,
was
we had
good.
no audience, so that's the best part about that. Although I will tell you, we got a little close at the end of each show. It's like we started singing our happy trails, whatever it is we're doing. It's kind of, but we were vaccinated early on, or kind of, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
But having no audience, we're pretty safe.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Not a lot
also we
of
have,
room for an audience here. There's room for a few, but if we do
yeah,
ever have stand up on there, we got to have some audience.
yeah. Well,
Even like 6 people. You got to have
we'll have an
somebody
audience
to laugh.
this weekend. We'll have an audience because the audience will be the other guests and the other musicians and entertainers. So that'll be cool. Hopefully they don't have a problem with that. Stepping over each other. So, but I think that'll be good. What would be the most amazing adventure to go on?
Well, if there was a way to go trace biblical history and try to find those, maybe the Holy Grail or some secret things or lost gospels, I'd like to do something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Kind of Indiana Jones type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. I think my thoughts more of like I'd like to go through maybe the South African jungles and check those things out. But what if you have something in mind as far as like a Holy Grail or something like that? That'd be great to do that. Yeah, matter of fact, we'll just say that one right there. In search of the Holy Grail, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to find actual writings done by Jesus himself. That would be amazing.
There you go. That would be cool. Well, and the ones that they've found recently in the Dead Sea Scrolls, but they found more just recently. I mean, like in the last couple months, I do
still finding stuff.
Yeah, they're still finding stuff, which is pretty cool.
Well, the leaders of the different countries didn't want them to find it; they wanted them to burn it up, but a lot of them buried it. So
yeah, in their clay pots. I think it was.
Yeah. And they would find them in there. And they found the Gnostic Gospels, and the lady at the house where they found them, she used them for firewood. So they lost a lot of them right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's horrible.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, well, so what skill would you like to master?
Oh, I'd like to be a great singer, actually. It's
Really?
yeah. Always
Isn't that
wanted that.
sad? It's all something you can't have that you want that bad.
Well,
Just
but I
kidding.
could have
I'm
fun.
just
I
kidding.
can have fun singing, and I've actually won.
That's
I've won a couple karaoke contests, and I've had people ask me to host karaoke. So
yeah.
I can sing enough to make people enjoy it. It's more I do the Jerry Lewis thing where if it's not going well, I'll have fun with the song and be silly.
It's all about presenting yourself and confidence. Confidence is the key for everything. If you get in the front of the crowd and are confident, you can do anything. And I think that whether you sound good or not, they believe you and they'll laugh and they'll have fun.
Well, I've had fun with different songs where like this that Kid Rock song All Summer Long, where I changed the words and made it local. That was pretty fun. People like that.
Yeah, well, but if you can say the words, that's good enough. Sometimes people
But if
can't say the words.
if you change them to fit the people in the audience, they love that.
Yeah, and like I said, if you can do that and with confidence, you can be a comedian, you can be anything you want to be. If you do it with confidence, fake it till you make it type of thing, because people they believe in you because you believe in yourself.
And there'll
they
be
think you do anyways. And you just gotta fake it till you make it.
There'll always be D-Rogs, as they call it. They used to call them haters, but the new word is D-Rogs, as in derogatory. So
derogatory.
The D-Rogs will always put you down. So just enjoy it. Don't worry about it. There's always going to be critics.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, it's people criticize us for doing this, our Friday Night Live, and it's like, why would you even, we're having fun. We're bringing out free music and entertainment to people that are in the home and can't get out and watching it on their own time. So it's pretty cool, I think.
But you need the critics, because everybody that's ever done well has fought back against critics.
Exactly. You have to fight against everything. You have to critics on every level, and you got to take it with, hopefully it's with a constructive criticism, but still, yeah. Well, so what job do you think you'd be really, really good at?
Well, I actually think hosting a game show, I really think I would do well at that. I've done some charity game shows, but hosting a game show, believe it or not, most people don't want to do that. But
yeah, well, I know exactly.
You make people have fun. What?
I just got the dirtiest look at my daughter. Hosting a game show, I would love to do that.
I'd love to host a game show with some action in it. I don't want just questions. I want question and answer and physical feats.
So another one. What is the most annoying habit that other people have? Even though I say that, then my daughters look at me and goes, what's the most annoying habit that other people have?
Putting their fingers in bowling balls and licking their fingers.
Yeah. That's I don't know, it's a habit, but yeah, maybe. That's pretty disgusting, pretty disturbing.
Well, we were talking about bowling earlier.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I don't know if it's a habit, but it's definitely gross. That's for certain. I mean, but yeah, I think that a dirty habit that people have and don't even realize it because they're adults. I have watched people as adults pick their nose and eat the boogers. I'm like, what in the hell are you doing? And I want to watch. I want to verbally slay them, and I'm just like, you can't do that in public. But it's like, if you're however old, you're 50 years old, and you're picking your nose and eating it, what the hell is wrong with you? It's just.
Well, you can't do that if you're vegan. Vegans can't do that because that's a animal product.
It must be. Well, they don't even eat. Vegans don't even eat honey, so.
But they do have those artificial boogers that they can eat that are all vegetable based.
Might be, yeah. I think I don't want to say anything. That's gross, but that's one of the most annoying habits I've actually ever known. But
chewing their fingernails, I don't like that. When people, that's not good.
Okay, so another question for you: anyflip.com, from anyflip.com, is if you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport, what would you have a good chance at winning a medal for?
I used to be pretty good at storming out. Well, I would use that as a trick to get out of a meeting early because it would be dragging on, and just get into a conversation that's controversial and then storm out.
So
I haven't done it for years, but I used to do that
you just
years.
throw a grenade, and the grenade thing, that's a way that people do stuff that all the time. Drives me crazy, actually. But sometimes I've seen it be beneficial. Doing it once or twice can be beneficial, but doing it constantly that's the way you do things, not okay.
No, I haven't done it in years.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like, we had a politician in our last few years that used to do that, and
Storm out.
he disrupted the whole event, and he threw a grenade inside of it and say, okay, however it lands, and people would walk out, they quit, they get fired. It was like, not okay, because then you got, everybody has to basically reset. When you reset, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Once in a blue moon, it's good, but most of the time, resetting over and over and over, you lose so much ground.
Yeah.
On anything. But I was trying not to get in trouble for my political stance there. But let's see here. What would your perfect room look like? Brian, do you have an answer to that question?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a tough one.
Yeah. What time is it?
I kind of like that old wood look of the library in the old days, the really nice fine wood panelings and all that, and the globe. I like that globe thing that lifts up and you can serve drinks. Well, that lawyer's office had some of that look.
Yeah, I like
friend
that,
of
yeah.
ours. Yeah, he had the things that would do things. He had a really
The hidden globe and
the globe lifted up.
the table would flip upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually pretty cool.
Oh, actually, in that movie, Robin and the Seven Hoods with Sinatra and the gang, I think Sinatra's in it and Bing Crosby. It's the cops come and the room changes from gambling to church.
There you go.
All the walls flip.
All the walls flip. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think I'm flipping walls.
I like on my walls, I would like the Willy Wonka. The walls are one flavors. Tastes like snozberry, and then that's kind of gross now. I wouldn't do that, but I would like to have walls with keys on them, and you just press those keys, and they, A, B, C, D. You just that way, you would have a piano in the room. You just press the note. I bet you that's probably actually able to be made right now.
Oh yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, because it'd be like a projection. You just press where your finger goes, and boom, that'd be kind of cool. How often do you play sports, Brian?
I haven't played any sports probably in years. Well, just shooting some basketball, but I haven't really played any sports for a long time. But I used to play every day, just about.
But you still shoot basketball every couple days. I
still shoot baskets, but I used to play basketball almost every day at the Y and at Mark Morris early games, 6 a.m. That's still going.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Brian, this is an important question. When was the last time you climbed a tree?
Probably about a year and a half, maybe. I did some climbing out back one time during one of the band shows a couple of years ago. The bands were playing and climbed the tree a little bit. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, well, obviously I can't climb a tree anymore, but at the moment, last time I climbed a tree was about 8 years ago or 7 years ago. We were cutting down trees for my backyard and my other house, and I think you were there.
Yeah, that was a wild one. I was videotaping you, and then then it looked like you're in danger, and your father-in-law yelled, "Go
Drop a
help!
tree on me.
Go
Yeah,
help him!" And then so I had to put the camera down, and the tree landed on your head. It was really
yeah,
wild.
that was pretty close. Yeah,
Would have
it was,
been a viral video.
yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Where's Zach that fell into the neighbor's yard?
I have no idea. I don't know.
You guys climbed to path there and chop branch down and yourself fell.
No idea. I don't know. Sorry, son. What hobbies? My son's asked me if it was me or a friend of mine that fell into the neighbor's yard. I don't recall falling into the neighbor's yard. It's probably Zach. But we're trying to chop a tree down. That was when I had about 30 arborvitaes that need to be cut down.
Oh yeah.
That was a lot of. They were huge arborvitaes.
No, it was the big tree. Like the big tree with the
Yeah. Yep, I know. I know.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, if you don't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time?
I do a lot actually. That would be kind of ideal. I just do everything I'm doing, but more, and get it done faster. And I might take up a hobby too, an hour or two a day. Because if you end up with six or 7 extra hours a day, think about what you could do. Because I probably sleep 6 to 7.
I could look right here under habits of meth makers and find out for you.
Wow, but they're wired the whole time. Be nice to be relaxed and not have to sleep.
Yeah. I think the Resident Alien, have you seen that show? I don't think he sleeps anymore. Maybe he does. I haven't seen it.
I think I'd just get all my projects done a little faster and move on faster.
Yeah.
Might even start writing letters to people.
I probably
getting letters.
If I had the extra time, I bet you I'd probably be able to, because you're asleep or you're awake and everybody else is asleep. I'd be able to probably work on a book or two. I mean, writing a book or two.
I'd build my traps here. I got to build the trapezius muscles, so I take more time for that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, why not? You're pretty buff, dude.
Well, it's getting hot out now, and so I can't wear 6 layers and look like I'm bigger than I am. So I have to get bigger, because you have to wear like 1 shirt.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, what's your favorite piece of clothing that you've owned or own?
Oh, it was way back. I was 17. I had these white pants I bought at a place called Boyer's in town. It was fancy clothes, and it was the nicest white pants, slight bell bottom. It was awesome. They were $30 back then.
Really? Well, and I'm not gonna say this is my favorite because I don't say this is my favorite. However, I bought a shirt in 2001 or 2000, and yeah, it'd been 2000. And I bought in 2000, and it was or 1999. It was 1999 actually. So 1999, I bought a red Ralph Lauren. It's a corded shirt, bright red with for Christmas, and that thing is still to this day in pretty darn good shape. I mean, so I only bring it out for a couple of days during Christmas. You know what I mean? It's a bright red shirt, but it's heavy duty, man. I mean, Ralph Lauren makes good stuff.
Well, the funny thing about these pants, they were really nice, and I was I got on my bicycle to ride downtown, so I covered the leg so I didn't get the chain on it. And a dog attacked me and ripped the pants.
Doesn't that take you
off?
Tore
the whole leg off. Tore the leg off.
Is that you told your mom? Or did you actually?
That's what I told the dog's owner. I said, you're going to pay for these pants one way or the other.
Right.
I took over the dog after that. The dog had controlled me, and I was afraid of it. After that, I went home, got a baseball bat, and had a meeting with the dog, and the dog decided never to be mean to me again. And the owner was supposed to pay me back. It was actually $20. He was supposed to pay me 20.
Uh-huh.
And I bugged him for about a year, and he never paid me. And then I found out he owned a local pawn shop, and I joked with him about that and didn't want the money anymore. Yeah, he said,
Huh.
I'll pay. I'll pay. Sorry about the dog. I said, yeah, you're going to have to pay.
And he never did pay, huh?
No, and I did. I was 17 and I said, you're going to pay one way or the other. And he got upset. I said, well, just pay and you won't have to find out. It was kind of a tense situation, but the dog had ripped my pants and cut my leg, and it was not good.
Yeah. Hey, well,
First time
so
I ever wore them. I was going into town to show off how cool I was.
yeah, I know. I did the same thing with the pants before, where
Yeah.
actually I didn't get attacked by a dog, but I wear my brand new pants and the chain on your bike gets in your bike and tears and just ruins it, just makes you mad. And I remember my mom freaking out on me, but I remember her buying me a couple pairs of shoes and brand new pair of shoes in one day. I used to do these endos where you shove a BMX bike, you take your foot and you shove it inside there, and it makes the tires go up and back down. And
Wow.
it's pretty cool. I used to be able to do a little bit of tricks here and there, but it wore my shoe down so much in one day. There was like a hole in it. It was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I got in trouble and tried to stop doing that so much. I said they were crappy shoes, so I was like, no big deal.
The funny thing about the pants is the dog, of course, died a few years later, and then the pawn shop owner. Well, no, there was no tears shed for that dog, but the pawn shop owner, he passed away a few years back, and then his kids. I talked to his kids and inherited the pawn shop, and we were joking about that. I said, "Well, with interest, you owe me $800," and they were laughing.
No, I got you there. That'd be
It was funny.
$800 after a lot of time. No, I mean seriously. I mean, how long? You know how many years that was? Yeah.
Yeah, 40 years. It's been over 40 years, 44 years, almost 45.
That'd be like buying
$20.
Dogecoin.
What?
That'd be like buying Dogecoin now. And
Yeah. But I got a lot of good laughs out of it. And it was pivotal to take control of that dog and not let it scare me anymore.
hey, I have one more question. And we're almost done out here. The question is, what hobby would you get into if you had the time and the money to do it? If it wasn't an issue. Time and money wasn't an issue.
I'd either like to study paintings from the past or some sort of musical archive where I get to meet all the old blues guys that are still alive and all the rock people. But I really have the time, and it doesn't cost much money. So
Yeah. Hey, there you go. I'm not a huge art person from the past. I took art appreciation in college and I had to. And it was just boring to me. I was like,
well,
I
I'm
like it.
fascinated by the artists themselves. They're interesting people.
Yeah, that's cool. I think if I had more time and money wasn't an issue, in particular, I don't care about money really, but it's like I would like to probably, if I had the time, to get back into martial arts and because my body needs that training.
Yeah.
And I just highly enjoyed it always. Just being a fan of Bruce Lee. I was matter of fact, I watched a show the other day where they went and traveled up to the fun things to do in Seattle, and in Seattle you can go visit Bruce Lee's gravesite and Brandon Lee's gravesite. So
wow, yeah, Bruce Lee would be 80 now.
Same age as my dad.
Yeah, he.
My dad would turn 80 the other day.
Yeah, he would turn 81 this year. So.
Yeah, he died in 73. And yeah, that was the year that I was born. That's why I also said I was reincarnated Bruce Lee when I was a kid. So I was like, go back to the people.
What time of year did he die? Do you remember?
I don't recall. I think he
Well,
died.
if it's before you were born, you might have a shot.
Yeah, I think it wasn't actually. I think I looked into it before. I thought about it for a while. I did. I thought, well, that's just ironic, but I think he actually died after, I think he died in July or something. My birthday was in June, so might be a little bit of setback. Yeah, I think that upset me because I actually thought I should think, you're, because my philosophical nature and my propensity for martial arts, I love that. So it's always fun. Anyway, I think we're out of time
Yeah.
now, Ryan.
Let's
We are at
pound it
the
out.
Magic Exit. So I think I think you won the last one, but I think we're like at 10-5 or 10-6,
I'm not
something
sure.
like that. Well, let's just see here.
Let's do it.
No. We should write them down sometime. We should do that. But I have, I'm trying to get on here. So I can get it back. Anyways, here we go. Are you ready? Can you see
Yeah,
me?
let's go.
Okay.
Boom, boom. Oh, you got it.
I got it. There you go.
You write that down.
Yeah, I got it. There you go. I wrote down, I got it. That's funny. Well, we should start doing that. Listen, folks, peace out, Girl Scout, and I'll talk to you in a little bit, Ryan.
See you
Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.
See you then.